Hey everyone, in this particular video we are going to discuss about the liquidity measures that RBI has recently undertaken related to the OMO, which is open market operation, and the Forex swap also, right? So in detail we'll be discussing about the OMO as well as the Forex swap and how much liquidity will be injected because of these measures. So here we can see in the December first week there was a news that RBI is going to inject the liquidity through long-term USD by INR buy-sell swap auction. Right, so this was in the news in the first week of December itself. So how much is the swap amount? It is 5 billion US dollar. The auction date, it starts from 16th of December 2025. The first leg, which we also called it as near leg, I'll be definitely discussing about each and every terminology, so no worries at all. So the near leg is scheduled on 18th of December 2025 and the far leg, which is the last leg, which will be done in 2028, 18 December. So I will say this is a 3-year period buy-sell swap, right? USD by INR buy-sell swap. First, try to understand what a swap is all about and how it works. So there is RBI, there are so many regulated entities, there are so many banks, right? Now they are in need of INR because there is a liquidity issue in the banking sector, right? There is a liquidity issue in the banking sector and they are in need of INR. At the same time, they'll be having some dollars as well. So what RBI can do is, RBI can buy US dollars from the banks and in return, RBI can inject rupee liquidity into the banking system. So RBI will buy US dollar from the regulated entities, from the banks, and at the same time, it will sell the INR to these regulated entities. This is called as the first leg. This is called as the first leg, or I can say the near leg or the spot date. So on 18th of December 2025, this is going to happen. RBI will buy US dollars. In return, RBI will sell the INR to regulated entities, right? Now, because this is a swap, so this transaction will ultimately reverse. After 3 years, what will happen? After 3 years, what is going to happen? The RBI is going to again return the US dollars. So the RBI is again going to sell the US dollars and the RBI is going to buy the INR again, right? Because liquidity just works in cycle. As of now, there is a deficit. That's why we are doing this kind of transaction, right? As of now, there is a deficit. That's why we are injecting INR into the system. Now, in the second leg, or I can say in the far leg, this is called as the far leg. This second transaction will be called as far leg and it will happen in 18 December, on 18 December 2028. That's what a swap is, right? That's what a swap is. पहले आपने क्या किया? US डॉलर्स बाय कर लिए, रुपये दे दिया, तो बैंक्स के पास लिक्विडिटी आ गई। अब आप बाद में क्या कर रहे हो? 3 साल बाद आप वापस ट्रांजैक्शन को रिवर्स कर रहे हो। सो दिस विल हैपन। द होल पर्पस इज टू इंजेक्ट लॉन्ग टर्म रुपी लिक्विडिटी, लॉन्ग टर्म रुपी लिक्विडिटी, बिकॉज दिस इज अ 3 ईयर का स्वॉप, राइट? दिस इज नॉट अ शॉर्ट टर्म स्वॉप. So RBI don't want to expand the balance sheet. At the same time, RBI wants to inject liquidity into the system, and this is one of the best way, right? And this swap has 2 legs. The first one is buy USD and sell INR, the number 1 case. The second case is sell USD and buy INR again, right? So ultimately we are reversing it. For this, the RBI will be charging a premium. For this, RBI will be charging a premium here, right? And why we are doing it? Because of injecting liquidity, we want to inject liquidity into the system, and that too without affecting the Forex reserves permanently. Why? Because we are already holding our Forex reserves. Ultimately, they will come to RBI only after 3 years. So we have not altered the Forex reserves. At the same time, we have injected rupee liquidity into the system, right? So authorized dealer category 1, AD category 1 bank will be eligible entities for participating in this auctions. Obviously this is a auction. यहाँ पे बोली लगती है, right? जो ज़्यादा प्रीमियम देता है उसको ये वाला बेनिफिट मिलता है, उसको लिक्विडिटी मिलती है. यहाँ पे वही चीज़ लिखी हुई है जो मैं आपको बता रहा था. There will be a cut off date as well for the auction. Now what is the process? Once the auction is closed, सब ने ऑक्शन में बिड्स लगाई अलग अलग, राइट. ऑल द बिड्स विल नाउ बी अरेंज्ड इन द डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर, मतलब गिरते हुए क्रम में, राइट, डिक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर. सो जिसकी सबसे ज्यादा प्रीमियम पे करने की कैपेसिटी है, मान लो HDFC बैंक है, वो बोल रहा है कि मैं सबसे ज्यादा प्रीमियम दूंगा, सो विल बी गेटिंग दैट डील, राइट. दैट बैंक विल बी गेटिंग दैट डील, इट विल गेट दैट डील. अच्छा, प्रोरेटा अलॉटमेंट होगा, मे बी आपने $5 बिलियन का लगाया पर उससे ज्यादा आपके पास बिड्स आ गई, सो इन दैट केस प्रोपोर्शनेटली वी विल गिव द मिनिमम बिड साइज वुड बी $10 मिलियन. अच्छा, कितना है टोटल, कितना है, तो टोटल तो is $5 billion. The minimum bid size will be $10 million, and in multiples of $1 million you can apply. After 10 million, in multiples of $1 million you can apply, right. So ये इसका प्रोसेस दे रखा है. रेट कौन सी रेट पे सेटलमेंट होगा, बिकॉज देर आर टू करेंसीज, राइट, $US बाय INR, तो कौन सी रेट लेंगे हम, FBIL रेफरेंस रेट हम ले लेंगे यहाँ पे, FBIL रेफरेंस रेट विल बी टेकिंग, राइट. The first leg will be taken place on the spot basis, right? On the date of transaction, we will take place. This transaction will take place on the spot basis. मतलब spot का मतलब on the spot, अभी का अभी. देखो आने वाला टाइम तो 3 साल बाद पता चलेगा, right? So वो क्या होते हैं, हमारे फ्यूचर के ट्रांजैक्शंस हो जाते हैं, और ऑन द स्पॉट मतलब अभी का अभी हम ट्रांजैक्शन किस पे कर रहे हैं, फर्स्ट लेग के ऊपर, वो हम स्पॉट रेट पे यहाँ पे करने वाले हैं. अच्छा, these swaps cannot be cancelled. Once they are undertaken, then these swaps cannot be cancelled, right? These swaps cannot be cancelled. And as a matter of fact, I would like to tell you that swaps are OTC, right? Over the counter होते हैं ये exchange traded नहीं होते. These are over the counter. Next one is related to the RBI announcement for the OMO purchases. Now OMO means open market operations, right? Open market operations. So what OMO is all about here, RBI will be conducting OMO purchases. Open market operation means buying and selling government securities for injecting liquidity, for absorbing the liquidity. So this is the list. This is the list of government securities, G6, that the RBI will purchase from different banking entities, right? So how it works, first of all, let me just quickly tell you how it works. There is a problem of liquidity shortage in banks. So what RBI can do is, RBI can now purchase government securities from the banks. This is called as open market operation, purchase side, right? This is the purchase side open market operation. So RBI purchase the government security. If RBI has purchased something, then RBI has to pay in INR, right? Inject liquidity into the system. So that's how the liquidity is injected into the system. Banks के पास already government securities पड़ी हैं, उनसे buy करेंगे और liquidity दे देंगे. This is called as OMO purchase, right? Open market operation. In this way, RBI has injected liquidity into the banking system. ये सारी government securities है. आपको यहाँ पे नाम याद रखने की need नहीं है, पर aggregate amount आपको पता होना चाहिए. It is 50,000 crore, right? It is 50,000 crore. So ultimately this will happen, and why we are doing this? For injecting durable liquidity, right? For injecting durable liquidity, these are the methods of injecting durable liquidity. There are two types of liquidity, durable and transient, right? Transient means temporary liquidity. So ये definitely durable liquidity होने वाली है, और RBI क्या करने वाला है, purchase करने वाला है government securities को, that to worth 50,000 crore on 11th of December 2025. This is called as OMO purchase, open market operation purchase, right? Acha, entities using e-Cobber system will definitely be able to participate in this mechanism, right? यहाँ पे भी bidding होती है, so bidders will be quoting the prices at which they are going to sell the bonds to the RBI, and the successful bidders will be definitely getting their quoted price, right? This is how it works. This is OMO operation. अगर RBI को correspondingly मान लो कभी liquidity absorb करनी हुई, तो RBI क्या करेंगे, वहाँ पे bonds को sell करना चालू कर देंगे, government bonds को. It will start selling the government bonds to different entities, and if they are selling the bonds, then money will come to the RBI. बैंक से क्या होगा, मनी बैंक को पे करना पड़ेगा, RBI को बॉन्ड बेचना पड़ेगा. इस वे में हमने क्या कर लिया, लिक्विडिटी को सक कर लिया. बट एट द सेम टाइम अभी हम क्या करने वाले हैं, OMO को परचेज के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. हियर RBI इज इंजेक्टिंग मनी इनटू द सिस्टम टू मैनेज लिक्विडिटी. इट इम्पैक्ट्स द बॉन्ड यील्ड्स, प्लस smooth market volatility will also be there, and I would like to tell you guys, this was a para from the RBI governor ki speech. This was a para. I would like to reiterate, now this is a statement of RBI governor, that we are committed to provide sufficient durable liquidity into the banking system. So ये durable liquidity के ही methods हैं, right? Going forward, we shall continue to do so after reviewing the liquidity situation. उन्होंने OMO purchases का announcement किया था और 3-year USD INR buy sell swap का $5 billion का announcement यहाँ पे किया था. यहाँ पे उन्होंने एक और क्लैरिफिकेशन दिया. आई वुड लाइक टू ऑल्सो टेक द अपॉर्चुनिटी टू क्लैरिफाई द इंजेक्शन एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ लिक्विडिटी थ्रू द परचेज ऑफ गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटीज अंडर द OMO, राइट, एंड थ्रू द ऑपरेशंस लाइक VRR और VRRR ऑफ शॉर्ट टर्म ड्यूरेशन. देखो ये सारे आते हैं आपके ट्रांजिएंट लिक्विडिटी में, बट व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट OMO परचेजेस, इट इज फॉर द एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ ड्यूरेबल लिक्विडिटी, राइट, इट इज फॉर द इंजेक्शन और एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ ड्यूरेबल लिक्विडिटी. सो आपका OMO क्लियरली यहाँ पे ड्यूरेबल लिक्विडिटी के अंदर आता है, राइट. द होल आइडिया वाज टू इंजेक्ट ड्यूरेबल लिक्विडिटी इन द सिस्टम, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस नियरली 1.5 ट्रिलियन रुपी liquidity boost will be there because of the OMO and the currency swap operation, right. So guys, if you are preparing for RBI Grade B examination 2026, you can check out this course. If you are preparing for SEBI, this is a crash course for you guys. So thank you so much for watching the video. This was a quick update related to the liquidity infusion by RBI in the Indian banking system. So thank you so much guys. Bye bye. Take care. See you soon in some other video.